Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Sebastian and Bert. Hello, guys.
Welcome.
Hey.
How's everybody doing on this fine day?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good enough.
All right. Today's episode is about Loki. You guys saw it
Season 2.
somewhat. Yeah, Loki Season 2. You guys saw it somewhat recently. This will be probably a little bit of a shorter episode. We're just going to get our thoughts out real quick about it since it's not, since it's kind of old. This is way overdue.
Mostly because it pairs with Deadpool.
Yeah, it's relevant, so that's the reason they ended up watching it. Deadpool and Wolverine came out not too long ago. We'll have an episode about that if you have not already heard it.
Yeah, we don't know which one's coming out first.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we're going to start with that. We're going to start with news. Sebastian's going to lead that.
I have legendary news. Finally, for the first time in years, we have good Halo news. Are you ready?
No way. Yes.
The Halo show was canceled.
Yay!
That is
Round
the
of
best
applause.
Halo news in years. How sad is that?
I would say RIP, but it's not going to be missed.
You know what the sad thing is, though? Hopefully this doesn't come to pass, but apparently I'm like Microsoft or 343 or whoever is like in charge of the show, which I think it is 343. Paramount canceled it, so now they're looking for someone else to take it up to a different streaming platform. Hopefully no one takes that. And then
hopefully someone takes it and just reboots the whole thing and does it good.
You just take the IP, not the...
Well, if they
Give
restart it,
Amazon.
yeah, but I would expect them to try and just come out straight with season 3.
Fuck
you
that.
can't continue it. It's already ruined.
I would do it like change the title slightly, like do Halo with an undertitle and change it a little bit. Have Amazon do
Halo,
what they
the
prove.
Master Chief Collection.
Or
I
the
still
Master
think-
Chief story, something like that.
I think the perfect way to do a Halo season 1 show, and it'll work for what they want to do with their stupid freaking, like, we need to appeal to non-gamers mass audience. They do the entire first season with no Covenant, and it's the whole Spartan program, and season 1 ends like with a cliffhanger of the first encounter of the Covenant.
That would be good.
That would be.
Amazon already proved that you can appeal to gamers and it'll still be successful with the Fallout show.
Yeah, but I think that's like a free win right there, just doing the Spartan program, because that would be good for like even people who don't give a shit about games. Like you wouldn't even know it's a game watching that, you know?
Yeah, you have no idea. And then the
Plus-
people that do know it's a game would want to see it.
Exactly. And a lot of people who are like into Halo, like unless you got into the extended lore, you don't really know much about the Spartan program. Just from the games, you pretty much know nothing.
Yeah.
So like that's something that all the game people would be hyped for. It's good to appeal to people who maybe don't want to just be like a video game. It's peak.
Yeah, I think that's a stupid idea, though. Not your idea, but the whole idea of trying to appeal to a mass audience when the people that are going to watch the show and that you need to please are the people that have played the game.
Yeah, when the millions
there's a
of
reason it was
Halo
already
fans aren't enough.
Yeah, there's a reason it was already successful.
Well, that's been a problem with Halo in general. They're always like appeal to mass audience, and that's why all the games suck.
Yeah, but that's a problem with a lot of IPs.
Fallout didn't care though.
Yeah,
Fallout found a good balance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Other news. Have you guys seen? This is kind of old now. I have like news saved up because we haven't done news in a while, so some of this might be like a month old, but I haven't mentioned it, so I want to bring it up. Did you guys see the Splitgate 2 announcement trailer?
No,
I did.
I played Splitgate like 3 years ago when it was like in beta.
I liked Splitgate.
Yeah, it was fun.
Splitgate
I enjoyed
2
it. Then the
looks
game got too sweaty.
Yeah, honestly, this might be unpopular, but Splitgate 2 seems to be ruining the whole idea for me. It's turning into like a hero shooter.
I have no idea what it's been like recently, so I wouldn't know.
From what it looks like, they have like maybe not hero shooter, maybe more like Battlefield classes than heroes. You know what I mean? Like you have some guy that can throw portals, some guy that can do something else, some guy that can do something else, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, not technically heroes, more like classes, but maybe it'll be cool, maybe it won't, I don't know. I really liked the first Splitgate, so I hope it is decent. You know?
I hope it doesn't die in 3 days, like the last one.
The last one, I feel like got really lucky with popping off specifically because everyone was so disappointed with Halo. I feel like that is why Splitgate popped off. Because Halo Infinite came out, there was like 300,000 players on Steam alone. Xbox usually has more than that, so there was probably 1 million players. And then after a week, everyone's like, this game's ass. And then Splitgate was like, we're good Halo. You know?
They really were.
Yeah, they did it good.
So they really got lucky timing on that one. Okay, so other news going on. Have you guys seen this one? This one I thought was not something I necessarily care about, but I saw it and I was like, wow, that's kind of surprising. You remember the Game Informer magazine from GameStop?
Yes.
That
It's
thing
being
was...
it's being shut down.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know it still existed.
That's what I said when I saw that. They're like, Game Informer is being shut down. We're not doing it anymore. And I was like, they still do that?
I guess it just goes to show why they're doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
that
anything
is-
GameStop related is not doing great lately.
It's the end of an era.
It really is.
Yeah. Unfortunate. In terms of other big video game news, have you guys seen like the huge Bungie controversy?
No.
Didn't they just pull on Microsoft?
They were pretty much, yeah, actually. But kind of the whole story behind it is kind of crazy. Basically, yeah, they were like, oh, we're record profits, and then they fired like 20% of their people or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Oh,
big
wow.
thing. But what makes it crazy is that like apparently the way it went down was that according to I think Sony had something that they said when they were explaining all these layoffs at Bungie, where like apparently the higher ups at Bungie were like just really making Bungie seem like they weren't as fucked as they actually were when they were being sold to PlayStation. And then after they sold them and were bought by PlayStation was like, yo, this company is like losing tons of money
They
and
got
not
lemon
making
card?
anything. Yeah, they basically got baited.
That's so funny.
They bought Bungie and they're like, holy shit, we're losing millions. And then they had to fire everyone.
Dang.
So unfortunate. That's
Yeah, it's
crazy
still kinda
that can
messed
even
up, though.
happen. At
I
the
feel
end
like
of the
these
day,
stories just come out like so often. You always hear this happening.
that's because we're post-COVID. Like during the COVID time, gaming was like at its peak because everyone was at home. That every single place was like, we need more people. We need more people. Now gaming's like stabling out to its normal height, and they're like, fuck, we have too many people.
Yeah. Just sucks that all these people keep losing their jobs.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is wild.
And there's probably so many like really talented people too.
Yeah. And just to continue on that train, do you remember back when they had that movie thing with like the voice actors on strike or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, everybody was on strike for a while.
Yeah, well now gaming's doing it.
Really?
I love a good strike.
Yeah,
we love to see
basically
it.
it's like super specific though. It's like games that started development this year, some month this year, like a month or two ago, like are on strike. So like it doesn't apply to things that have been in development for years, like GTA.
That's really weird because to go on like game development doesn't have its own union. Like I'm sure they have probably unions within whichever companies they work for. So it's not like they can just go on a mass strike like the Writers Association or the Writers Guild, and the Actors Guild.
Yeah. So it's like honestly, probably like, unless it's a game that's been in development for a couple years, I would think 2026 we're gonna get a slow year because that strike is gonna like catch up then.
That's the wave.
That because like all this stuff, GTA is old, has been worked on forever. That's next year. Plus all that stuff at the Microsoft show that was next year. Like those are still going, but pretty much anything started this year is not making progress right now. In terms of, for some reason, it's only voice actors though. It's not like programmers or artists or anything.
So you can still do a lot of a game without having voice actors.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you can write program to do everything except audio.
Yeah, I think
if it's voice actors, then it probably was to do with the Actors Guild then.
I don't know. Apparently, it's a new thing. Like it's just started.
That's weird.
Maybe they're
it might
a bit late
also
on the
be artists, but I
side.
know for sure it's voice actors. Honestly, kind of tragic though. Like I feel like it should be like, I guess, cool for the voice actors, but I feel like they should also have that for the other jobs in the industry, because like the well-known fact of gaming is that specifically like programmers get bodied with like consecutive 100-hour work weeks.
They need to get a programmers guild or union.
Problem is someone just always does it. Like the gaming, what do you call it? Like area? I don't know what
Landscape.
No, there's a word for it that I can't think of right now. But gaming in general just has so many people that want to work in it that like anytime someone's like, yo, this is fucked, let's strike, they just can easily hire someone else.
Competitive?
That makes sense.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
I know what you're talking. I understand what you mean.
Yeah, me too. I don't know the word.
Competitive is not even close. Like this is the industry. That's the word. Gaming industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big thing going on. Now, besides specific games, though, there's been like all the big news is like the Comic-Con stuff, right? There's a ton
San
of that.
Diego Comic-Con popped off.
I'll leave the Marvel stuff for you, and I'll talk about the Comic-Con stuff that I thought was cool outside of Marvel. So obviously besides Marvel, because that was like the peak of Comic-Con. The next most interesting thing for me was they had one for the boys. They confirmed that they're bringing Dean back for the next season, and that Dean Winchester is getting his own spin-off, Vought Rising, I think it's called. Prequel show. That's awesome. He's the best character in that whole show out of 4 seasons, and he's only in 1, and he's the best character, and his season is by far the best season. Like,
I'm so happy he's getting a whole show. I hope that show gets a season 2.
I hope that show gets more seasons than The Boys.
That would be awesome.
He is freaking awesome. Jensen Ackles.
He might be playing Batman.
That would be peak. He would be
totally see him as Batman.
He's been rumored for that for a while now.
I would literally like he's probably the only character that has a chance of making Batman, not character, actor, that has a chance of making Batman like my favorite superhero, because he's just so good. And just seeing him in freaking The Boys, which is quite a different role from Dean Winchester, pretty epic. It is going to be weird to see him not swearing in like insanely amounts in a Batman movie, though.
That is true.
Because, I mean, Dean didn't swear a ton, but he did swear like a decent amount. And then obviously the homie in Soldier Boy, he really
goodness. He'd get you kicked out of college.
On God. All right. Last thing I have before you can go into your Marvel stuff. And this was honestly a shock to me when I saw this. So you'll never guess what was announced. I was like, this is like almost too, like, you know how like if someone were to say, what if they just grabbed literally every single thing you liked and combined them, you'd be like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
Apparently, the writer of the Sonic comic books is making a Naruto Ninja Turtles crossover comic.
What an insane mashup.
That is crazy. That seems so random.
You can't make it up.
It's not
Like
that random if you think about it. They're both ninjas.
I guess, yeah. I mean, Turtles crossed over with Batman.
Yeah, I mean, Turtles cross over with everyone, so it's not really a surprise. Obviously not canon to either universe, but I will honestly probably get that because it will be funny.
Yeah, I kind of... if you find a link, send it to me.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It comes out in October.
Wow, that is so... Who's publishing that?
IDW.
It'll be in stores then.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a physical copy. I might go to Tate's in October. Because I feel... And it takes place in pre-time skip Naruto area. So it's like kid Naruto.
Oh my
even
gosh.
better.
So that's going to... Seeing Naruto and Michelangelo is going to be peak. And seeing Sasuke and Raphael...
I want to see how they interact with each other.
It's going to be so good. I can imagine. You guys got to look it up sometime. The art book cover or like art announcement thing is so good. All the turtles have Anbu masks.
That's cool.
Have a big grin on
Like
my face.
obviously I don't expect it to be, a narrative masterpiece, but I expect it to be like good fan service,
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
all you would want from something like that.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, what?
The fact that it's even happening
Would've
is fan
known?
service.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, Ninja Turtles aren't with everyone, so
It's only a matter of time.
yeah. I don't own a single comic book, and that's gonna be the first one I own.
Something
What's
about that
crazy
makes
though
sense.
is at least as far as I know, this is what I think is crazy about it. Ninja Turtles obviously do a lot of crossovers, but I think this is their first crossover into like a manga. So it's like
Yeah.
Probably. That is a pretty unique
it's not
thing.
like a US character.
So Naruto is going to be in comic form, not manga form then, right?
Yeah, because it's an American comic book, but it's done in the style of Naruto's art. Like all the art is
Oh,
Naruto.
wow.
That's
Like
gonna be
if you look at it,
cool.
it's Naruto's world. The Naruto characters look like Naruto. It's just the Ninja Turtles are there.
Wow, that is interesting.
So very but it's an American thing. It's crazy.
That is
Crazy
wild.
freaking crossover.
And the fact that it's the Sonic comic
Yeah, that
writer.
was just another thing. I was like, wow, what are the
it
odds?
makes
It's
it makes it even more like meta.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that's all I got for news. Besides, obviously the big stuff, but you got that.
Oh yeah, so Marvel really popped off during Comic-Con. They had another look at the Marvel's Rising game, like the hero shooter thing that they're trying to do.
Yo, I played that. Ugh. I'm
You did
shocked.
play it?
Yeah, I'm shocked, not because it's like bad or anything, but I did not think it was going to be literally exactly Overwatch, like characters with the exact same abilities, like one for one. Like it's not even
Really?
like, oh, this is like a knockoff of that. They're exactly the same.
I will not be touching that game. I'll tell you that
Like-
right
Oh
now.
wow.
Like the Punisher is literally Soldier 76. He's got the grenade, the fast shot, the roll.
That's funny.
They should have made him Reaper. That would have been cool.
That's
couldn't
cool.
believe-
I saw that they something about Jeff the Shark. Is he in the game? I saw something about him.
All the stuff wasn't there when I played.
I think they
Also only
announced
played
that
one
Jeff and
match.
Thor are going to be in it.
I saw something saying Captain America's coming to it when I was like, he's not in that? I figured he would have been one of their first ones.
You'll be Winston
Yeah.
with the shield or Reinhardt.
Iron Man is literally Farah, copied like exact abilities.
Yeah, I see it. That's so dumb.
I just,
I don't know enough about Overwatch. I never played.
what's it's just crazy
You're
because
happier than me.
because I thought like I was like, yeah, it's Marvel's Overwatch, but I didn't think it would be like so obvious,
That's kind of funny.
Maybe I should go try it just to see how like it is.
It might be the way because you'll have Marvel fans that aren't like gamers, so you'll just
Yeah.
body people in that game,
then
whereas
people that
Overwatch has
actually wanna
real
play-
gamers.
Overwatch will just go play Overwatch.
Yeah, so you'll just be a god in Marvel Champions.
Rising, yeah.
Or Rising.
That's funny. That's a minor thing, but the main stuff was the Hall H presentation that they had. That was all of the MCU news. Man, they really did a lot.
There's only one thing I cared about. Well, I guess two.
First of all, they showed a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World. Talked a little bit about that. Anthony Mackie was out there. So Brave New World looks.
You talking about Clarence?
Clarence, yeah. But
If
Brave
you
New
know,
World
you know.
looks okay. I don't know. That is like a scary one because they've done so good with Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, like, you really need to stick the landing now with Brave New World.
Yeah,
and,
now I feel like it
Thunderbolts.
makes or breaks.
I actually,
Yeah.
might just be me, but I'm expecting Thunderbolts and Captain America to be like mid-ish, and then they're like the leftovers of the bad until we pick it back up again. Like they're still
Man.
part of like the Marvels, and
I think you're
I
probably
hope-
right.
I hope not, but I don't know. Especially Captain America. That one has gone through so many reshoots and so many...
that's usually a bad
issues
sign.
Yeah. Well, they did a test, like a screen testing thing, and audiences were very disappointed, apparently.
Honestly, it just
And so they did a
wild
bunch of
guess
reshoots.
here. I'm expecting to like Thunderbolts more, and that's wild because the only reason I'm thinking that is because of David Harbour and the actress for Yelena. I think that both of those characters are so funny.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other one. The Thunderbolts also had a trailer. It's not available online, but I mean, you can see
People recorded it with their phone.
people recording it from Comic-Con, yeah. If you really want to check it out. It looks actually kind of interesting. The Sentry is confirmed to be a character, which is a big deal.
I don't know anything about that person thing.
He's like Marvel's Superman. He's like extremely powerful, but he's
I know him from Marvel Snap.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then basically, like, it seems like you remember Val
Yeah.
from she sent Elena to go
From-
kill Hawkeye and all that.
I remember her mostly from Falcon
Secret
and the Winter
Invasion.
Soldier.
Oh yeah, she's in that too. But yeah, so apparently, Bucky, Yelena, all the Thunderbolts,
Bucky actually
Red
kind of
Guardian.
rocks too. Honestly, Thunderbolts
Dude,
are pretty
Bucky
cool
is cool.
characters. Yeah, the
I know, I
Thunderbolts
like
got some
Bucky.
solid characters actually.
And they have good actors too.
I still have to be sold on what's his name that was Captain America for a while.
I know who you're talking about, John Walker.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I don't love
Great
him.
villain though, great antagonist. Like, I really liked how he played that role. Like, I was all on board for hating him.
But I like those characters more than I like a movie with just Falcon.
Yeah, and then throw in Ghost and I think maybe Taskmaster. I can't remember if she was confirmed. But it looks like Yelena's not Yelena. Val is setting them all up against each other to try and have them all kill each other. But I guess they are like figured it out. And they end
It's
up
basically like a formation movie is what it seems like. Like by the end of it though.
and they end
they'll
up
be
having
like-
to deal with the Sentry is what it looks like it's going to be about. Which is going to be insane because if it's comic accurate Sentry, they don't really stand a chance.
Well, also, just out of my mind here, which one comes out first, actually?
Captain America: Brave New World.
I feel like one of these is going to have to address the end of Secret Invasion. Like, nothing has done that yet.
I know.
There's so
and
many
it's
things that haven't
bothersome.
been addressed. Yeah.
They need to tie
Something
up their
needs
loose
to-
ends.
Yeah, because the world should be in chaos based on the end of that show, you know?
I'm
What
hoping
about
Brave New
the,
World does that.
What about the Titan just halfway emerged from the ocean?
Yeah,
From Eternals?
finally, after how many years was Eternals? 2 or 3 now? They're finally addressing that in Brave New World. That has been confirmed. That is going to be addressed.
I actually didn't mind Eternals. I know everyone hates that movie, but I thought it was like 6. Maybe even
I didn't
7.
mind it.
I didn't
Between
hate watching it. I don't remember being bothered by it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't mind Eternals.
it wasn't memorable, but I didn't dislike it.
Yeah. another big one. This is like a really big one. The Fantastic Four also had a trailer, and apparently I did not see the phone recording of that one, so I have no idea.
Did you see the car?
I did see that. Yeah, that was cool.
That was great. How'd they do that?
And the drone show.
Did it have like thin wires or something? Because it literally looked like a flying car.
No, it was like a blimp type of thing.
Oh, okay. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool. But apparently, it looks really good. Galactus was confirmed. He was in the trailer. I think they're going to be doing Franklin and Valeria Richards, which is Reed and Sue's kids. We've never seen them in live action. That's going to be exciting.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I don't want it to like get into introduce the Fantastic Four and instantly go to their kids instead of them.
Well, no, like the kids are always a part of. Like, it's just weird because you only know the version from the movies and they've never done the kids, but the kids are like always around in the comics. Like, they've been around for so many years now. And Franklin is literally like one of Marvel's most powerful characters. Like, he can...
The turtle?
Yeah, he can think realities into existence. Like, he's insane.
Franklin the turtle?
Franklin Richards. So that was exciting. Galactus reveal was exciting.
I feel like that movie is going to be the one that builds the end credit scene that leads to the next Avengers movie.
Hopefully, yeah. And it looks like what's it called? It's taking place in a different universe. That was also confirmed.
Yeah.
And I think that Doctor Doom is going to be introduced in that. It looks like.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I think he'll be from.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Fantastic Four. I'm actually
I would say that
looking forward to that.
Probably the next Marvel movie I'm actually excited for. Like Captain America and Thunderbolts, I'm pretty whatever towards, but Fantastic Four is the next one I actually care about.
I agree.
Yeah, actually, me too.
I remember the old Fantastic Four movie. I think it was rough.
Yeah, I think the first one's all right.
With Chris Evans' Human Torch. I like those two. I like those two better, but they're not like great.
Well, the second one I don't like. The first one though, I think is solid.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen those. I'm talking about the other one.
The like 20
you're talking about Fan
one, 14.
Yeah, Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, that one's dog shit.
One.
That one's dog shit. But the first one of the first one of the original, I think, is not bad. I like how they absolutely dog shit on Ben. Like, they just aggressively body him, you know?
Poor guy.
He turns into a rock, and then his wife unproposes to him. She's like, nah, fuck that, you're a rock.
Yeah, Ben always has
and then she won't
even behind it.
Then she doesn't even hand the ring to him. She puts it on the floor, and he goes to try and grab it, and he can't grab it because of his rock hands. He's like, fuck.
It's so sad.
that does suck.
Like, damn, bitch, you couldn't hand it to him, you know? Like, you couldn't have just put it in his hand at least, right?
Oh, man.
And it's not like your normal movie thing where it's like, oh, but then she learns that he's still human. No, she is gone. Like, she never comes back.
Yeah. Man, but I'm excited for Fantastic Four. They're gonna have to do like a lot of build up to this like major event that they're getting closer and closer to with the next two Avengers movies. So,
well, especially now with this whole restructure, like we've now got Zero set up and we're getting pretty close to these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they've got to make us care about what's about to happen somehow.
A little worried.
And that takes us to the biggest news. Marvel hit the super panic button and they announced who's going to be playing Doctor Doom.
They're just burning money to attempt to save face.
First thing is they completely scrapped Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, Kang Dynasty has been completely scrapped and it's been retitled Avengers Doomsday.
I wouldn't be surprised if it got retitled again.
No, I think it's only a year out or 2 years out. But
I think they should have called it Avengers D-Day.
D-Day? Yeah. But they announced that, and they announced that the Russo brothers are back.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. This is huge news. Wow, nothing can top this.
Yeah, that was big. Just the fact that the Russos are back. They did Infinity War, Endgame, Winter Soldier, Civil War.
And
pretty much a big Marvel.
And that they're coming
Yeah.
back for both the next two Avengers movies.
Yeah. So that's super exciting. And then the bombshell announcement, the one that broke the internet, was RDJ is playing Doctor Doom. That was crazy. I remember
whole
seeing the
thing was
video and it was
crazy.
like, how the heck?
What was
I could not
crazy about
believe
that?
him.
What was crazy about that whole announcement, though, was the way they did it, where they're like, first of all, the Russo brothers are back, and everyone went crazy. And then the Russo brothers are like, so, we have Avengers Secret Wars coming out in 2027. Pretty excited, but you can't do that with that one key character. And then they pull up the Avengers Doomsday, and the crowd goes crazy again, and everyone's like, yes, King's out, Doom's coming, it finally makes sense. This isn't random bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but who could play Doom? And then there's like a million Doom bots everywhere.
Yeah. And they say the greatest actor in the world. Oh, man. That was hype. And then RDJ comes out with the mask on, rips it off, and like just strikes that awesome pose. That was epic.
And then the audience just
Literally
Loses
lost
their
it.
brain.
explodes.
I
Yeah,
did
it's
not
crazy.
see that coming. Was there like, you know how sometimes there's like rumors?Maybe there was,
I heard
but I didn't
nothing.
hear them.
It was
I heard
completely
nothing.
out of left field.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere for me. I wish I would have learned by just seeing the video, because I was like scrolling through YouTube
Yeah, that's
and
how
I saw
learned.
I saw a thumbnail that was like a picture of him, and it was like RDJ Doctor Doom, and I was like, this shit's fake as fuck. And I clicked on it and watched it, and I was like, no way.
No, this is how I found out about it. I was was in Washington D.C. and my girlfriend was like, "Yeah, Doctor Doom. Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back." I was like, "Why do you always show me fake stuff?" Like, because she
But I
always
told
sends
you.
fake.
Fake news, move on.
No, but she told me first, and I disregarded it. I was like, "You always show me these fake things." She sends me fake trailers thinking they're real. I'm like, "This is fake." So I was like, I didn't even look. I was like, "It's fake. Don't look at that. It's not happening." And then the next day is when you were like, something crazy happened at
How did you hear
Comic-Con.
about that early then? Because I sent it like 20 minutes after the panel.
Maybe she didn't
Well,
have the
she
leak.
told me.
She had the
Maybe she
inside.
had the leak.
She had the inside strats.
And
What
you
the
just
hell?
She told
ignored
me
it.
the day before, yeah. And
Yeah, because
was
I
like,
told
it's
you
fake.
like within an hour after it happened. Was when I sent it in the group chat. So I'm shocked that she knew a day before.
Yeah, she did. And I was like, it's fake. And then you told me the next day what it was, and I was like, no fucking way.
Did you apologize to her?
I was like, you were right. How'd
Was-
you know?
It was funny
She's
the
like,
way
I don't
in
know.
the chat too. I was like, you guys see the big thing? Don't look it up though, because you might get some spoilers for Deadpool, because he was avoiding the internet.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he's
I was
like-
avoiding the internet for like a week almost.
I'm like, they announced Doom, and he's like, who? And then I just sent the picture of him in the Doom costume.
oh my God. That was like, I could not believe it. It was crazy. And the rest of that day, I was like, just walking through Washington, D.C., looking at stuff and like going through museums. And then I would just have the random thought, I can't believe Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom.
You know
was
what's crazy about it? If this happened before Oppenheimer, I would be a lot more worried. But after seeing Oppenheimer, I'm like, you know what? He might have this.
He can do other roles.
Yeah.
No, he's a good actor. He can do it.
Just we haven't seen him in other things in so long. We kind of forgot
just-
what it was like.
It's just a little
Yeah.
bit scary though, because like they've basically put all the blame on him now if the movies are shit, which sucks for him.
Yeah. I mean, these movies are going to have like $250 million budgets. It's going to be freaking insane because they're going to be expected to make over $1 billion.
I mean,
Each.
even an Avengers movie without him probably would still pop off, but just the fact that he's in it is gonna like double the freaking sales.
And this Secret Wars is going to be insane.
What if he
And- yeah.
says, I hate you 3000?
I saw that meme.
You know, it's crazy too. Like when I saw they brought him out and he's like, he's back. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then they're like, and he's in both Avengers movies. So he's not even just it's like they don't even just bring him back for a cameo. They bring him back as a prominent character and not even like a one-off villain. Like he is
No, he is
freaking
the
arc-
big bad
yeah.
of the Marvel Universe now.
He's Thanos.
He's
Yeah, he's
literally
He
basically
became the
Thanos.
very thing he swore to destroy.
I love the Batman ones where they're like, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain, and then it's the little taco girl who's like, why not both?
Yeah, there was a post from his the girl that plays his daughter, Morgan Stark, and all it was "Dad?" question mark. It's gonna be crazy. Imagine if Spider-Man sees Doctor Doom and he sees that it's Tony. He's gonna be like, "What the heck?" It's gonna be insane.
It's pretty wild.
I think he would probably be able to comprehend a bit easier because of the other hymns.
Yeah, because of his movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be crazy.
It'd probably make him sad still, yeah.
Yes.
But he probably won't look much like him because he'll be like deformed.
I mean, yeah, Doom well, in the comics, it's really not that bad of a scratch that he's literally got a scratch on his face.
What?
He's just a
You're
baby?
telling me a car didn't melt into his face?
No. But he's just like a super narcissist, and the fact that there's a little scratch on his face made him build an entire suit to cover himself.
Like Vlad from, what's it called? Danny Phantom? He got blasted
kind
with
of.
like the ick stuff, the goo.
Yeah.
He turned into like a vampire lord.
Yeah. But man, yeah, that was insane. I could not believe it. I was shocked.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I can't.
Unfortunately, though, I feel like people are forgetting where Marvel is actually at. Just because Deadpool and
everybody's on a
Wolverine
super
popped
high
off,
now.
I feel like you shouldn't count that as Marvel's back because that was very, like, not really related to Marvel. Like, they didn't... It's not because of them it was good. It's because of people ignoring them that it's good.
Yeah. Maybe,
So,
but
that
maybe
shouldn't
this
be like
movie
a
will make them
Marvel's back.
realize that their formula is wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk Deadpool Wolverine specifics in the Deadpool Wolverine episode.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
Anyways, though, finally, moving on to a quick roundup. We're going to go quick through this of Loki Season 2. We'll cover the big portions. Basically, whole season is about them trying to what? Stop the freaking like reactor thing, whatever it's called.
The
The
time loom?
tether. Yeah, the
yeah.
loom from
The loom.
exploding. Yo, oh my god, I've never seen a more goddamn annoying character than that version of Kang. He is so fucking annoying.
Victor Timely.
I hate him.
He was so annoying. But Jonathan Majors does a great job as him.
Fucking baby.
I was, however,
Miss Minutes
introduced...
was creepy too.
Miss Minutes kind of rocked, actually. But I was
Yeah, she was crazy.
introduced to my new favorite side character, Ouroboros.
Yes.
Dude.
That guy
Ouroboros.
rocks.
I loved him.
My hero.
What? He is way better than Ned, way better than Luis. He's the
Oh my
new,
God.
like, side boy that rocks.
Ouroboros was great. Obi. I loved him. Finally.
is
I haven't been able to
so
talk to you
good.
guys about this at all. I loved Ouroboros. He was so good.
That season popped off. I think that's better than the first one.
Yeah.
I think so too. I look at season 1 and season 2 of Loki as like it's like a movie. That whole like
a
Loki
long movie.
series is a movie. I mean, obviously it's split into like TV format, so it's long, but like that story is so like nicely put together between season 1 to 2. Like I love how they did that. And it has a real ending like that mattered, and the characters
Dude,
have
Loki
like finality.
Such a nice character arc.
He really did, and
Like,
he already had a nice one.
Like they
before
did it once and they
Loki
somehow
season
did it
1.
again.
Yes. Oh my gosh, they really popped off with the writing in that.
But I think they're just...
and
Sorry, I'll let you go.
Yeah,
no, I was
keep going.
gonna say they popped off with the writing because, and I think Tom Hiddleston has like a big part to play in that because he cares about the character of Loki a lot. So like he had a lot to say on how they were gonna handle the character and all of that. But man, I really liked that.
Dude, Loki's just actually a nice guy.
So Loki, at this point now, has by far the highest like life save count.
Yeah.
Lives saved, yeah,
Dude,
pretty
he's
much.
the actual
Like
hero. He
like
is him.
Trillions, billions, like
Infinite
many numbers more than Iron Man saving his whole universe.
Infinitely many is the right phrase.
So he's now the biggest hero of all time.
As long as he
Basically.
keeps a good grip.
Oh my gosh. And the way that they did the time traveling
Dude.
stuff was like, they did it so well.
Yo,
Yeah.
I thought so. I'm trying to think of like, do we want to go through the whole thing or just talk about stuff we liked?
Just talk about the main stuff.
This is a small thing, but I thought it was hilarious when he spent like 200 years learning like engineering.
Yeah, that was good.
Talk about a side mission.
He literally taught himself how to time travel. That's crazy. Like he can time travel without a temp pad or a time stone or anything. He can just do it.
It's kind of a flex.
Yeah, it's insane.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I liked at the end when we saw like the tree.
What was
Oh
it that
my
happened
gosh.
in the last episode? I wish I could remember the exact thing, but there was something. Was it like the opening or something went backwards?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Oh.
about. Like the little time thing where it like showed the beginning of the universe and all that.
Yeah, it was like the Marvel thing, but it was not in its normal way. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. And then they do like the Big Bang, like explosion and all of that. And then they have all kinds of stuff, like not just Marvel related.
See, I feel like
Yeah.
like details like that though make what you're watching just that much more enjoyable. Like
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking awesome. I remember I was watching it. I was like, holy shit, that's cool.
it gets you hyped
Like-
for what's to come.
This is, I mean, it's a little unfair because you got 2 seasons, but definitely this is the best Marvel show now. If you're just to compare season 1s, though, it's still Hawkeye.
When
Yeah.
in the last episode when he finally figures out that he can't there's no way to save the loom. And he
That
goes
was honestly so sad.
out. Oh my god. It was
It's a
crazy.
bittersweet ending.
Like, he literally tried for hundreds of years to save this.
Yes. He watched Sylvie die. He watched everybody die. Like, oh, that
Pastor.
part was good too. That might have been like the second to last episode when everybody's like spaghettifying and all of that.
That's when he finally learns how to do
The
the
time
travel.
travel. Yeah, that part was good too. The way
And then,
he figured that out.
the even better was the conversation he had with her. He's like, I've been through it all. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, I love the montage when he like is just correcting people with certain things because he's done it so many times. He's
Yeah.
like, nope, don't do this. Nope, don't do that. Or he's like saving Victor Timely on the bridge.
he's like, don't put the thing down. It'll roll off the bridge.
Oh my god, Tom Hiddleston was great when he was doing that. That was genuinely funny.
that was.
And then
that reminds me of some like game or movie I've seen.
I just freaking it was so good. And like just another small thing, like when he went and learned for those 200 years, and then they're like, you have a surprising. I don't mean to doubt your surprising amount of engineering knowledge.
Yeah, that was funny. And he asks Ouroboros like, approximately how long would it take to learn all of this? And he's like, oh, at least 100 years or so, whatever number he says.
At least 200 years.
Ouroboros is the best, man. I hope we see him again.
Him and Mobius. I like Mobius too.
Yeah, Mobius
Dude.
was good too.
I liked him from Night at the Museum.
What?
Mobius?
Oh yeah, he's like the cowboy,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
the little cowboy.
Man, okay. My favorite, like, you guys don't realize what was happening, I don't think, when he was walking out onto the platform.
You mean when he
Right be-
died a million times?
Loki?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Timely. He
Oh, no, Loki. Like the final time when he realizes that he can't save the loom, so he's going out there. He goes out there, and oh my god, he has an epic, like, suit up moment. He gets the big green, or the big golden horns. He gets the green costume, all of it. Like, the cape is flowing. He's looking good.
Honestly,
That part was epic.
I think this might be one of the few times where, like, I'm glad he got this instead of a movie. I feel like if he got a movie, it wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, I agree.
It would have been too short.
Yeah.
I wish that he would have gotten, like, the recognition that a movie got, though, because I like that story, I feel like was better. That's got to be in, like, the top 30% of Marvel movies if
And
you
it's
were to,
pretty
like,
important.
condense it.
Yeah, it's very important. It's crazy. But that suit up like scene was that was chef's kiss. That was perfect. And then he's in like the loom or like that space in between realities, where he's grabbing all of the strands.
Mhm.
That was crazy, and it starts
That
turning
was so
green.
cool.
Oh my
This
god,
part
that was
I
And
loved.
then when he turned into the tree, I was like, that is awesome. I couldn't believe it.
And he's just at the center of the tree holding it all together. This is a version of Loki that exists in the comics, though. It's like he's called the God of Stories. He like transcends existence and becomes the God of Stories, and he literally writes the stories of the Marvel Universe, is basically. And it's pretty much what he's doing now. Like, he's in total control of everything. Like, he could just...
So is there nothing higher than him? Like,
He is him.
There's
is there
like
any?
beings that exist outside of the multiverse that are more powerful, but within the multiverse, like, he is one of the most powerful beings.
What is it being outside the multiverse?
Yeah, where even are you at that
Like
point?
heaven and hell?
Like Marvel God.
But wouldn't you would think that each universe has a god, right?
Well, there is certain gods that do exist. Like the Living Tribunal exists in every universe. There's a version of the Living Tribunal, which is like that universe's most powerful being.
Man, I feel like things are getting too big because it's like so insane.
I feel like I need to go on
I'm glad
YouTube
that-
and watch like some like
Yeah,
metaphysical explanation video to understand the power scale.
Like honestly, even like
There
watching
are-
season what?
There are plenty of YouTube videos about the Marvel cosmic like hierarchy. So
Well, like even watching Loki season 2, like I mean, it wasn't like super complicated, but I definitely had to like think while watching it. It's not like I could just watch it while eating or something,
Mhm.
yeah. You know what was another great scene when he goes back to talk to he who remains?
That was
That,
good.
That was good. And he who remains thinks that he's like one step ahead, and you're like, oh shit, this guy. But Loki's actually.
But
like,
little did he know
knows
they were
everything.
going to cancel his movie.
Yeah,
Womp womp.
and him, he got canceled.
Yeah. So that brings me to a question. Do you think that they'll just deal with him by saying that the TVA did what they said they were going to do and just wiped out all the Kangs?
Yeah, you mentioned that to me when we were talking the other day, and I think that seems like a very likely possibility because I didn't think about that because it'd been a while since I seen Loki, and I forgot that they did mention that.
Yeah,
so
because
that's
it basically
definitely
ends.
possible.
They're like, we don't want to prune timelines anymore. That's like too evil. So now the like whole point of the TVA is they just look for Kang variants.
Yeah,
It must suck
So-
to
Very
be a
possible.
king. Just get spawn
Yeah, you-
camped.
You exactly.
yeah, you're literally getting spawn camped.
So like, at least in my mind, yeah, the easiest way would for them to just be like, yeah, the TVA stops Kangs. Like, there's no problem with Kang anymore.
Yeah, or the Bert solution.
Yeah,
is
I
also a
think Bert's
possibility.
solution would be the best possible one. Bert, you've predicted everything so far. Remember, you're like, they're gonna drop Kang, they're gonna bring in Doom.
Did
But
I
I
say
hope
Do you
that?
you're
remember that,
actual-
Bert? Yeah, you
Yeah.
predicted this like to a T.
Damn.
We were talking about this the other day, and we were
See?
like, "How the fuck did Bert do
I
this?"
just hope I hope your exact prediction is right because you're like, and here's how it's gonna happen, guys. Doom's gonna show up at the beginning of whatever Avengers movie or in an end credit scene, and there's gonna be a pile of dead Kangs behind him, and he kills
Oh,
one.
yeah, I
and he
remember
goes,
saying
finally,
this.
that's all of them.
It's like about damn time. The last
that
one.
That
would
would
be
be-
perfect.
That would be. I hope that it's something like that instead of
Because-
just
I really feel like that would be such a good way to establish, like, oh shit,
yeah.
he's serious.
It not only does it wrap up the Kang thing, but yeah, it shows. Damn, Doom, he's something else. He's built this.
Especially because they'll be in a rush
Yeah.
to just finish it quickly, and that's a pretty cool way to finish it quickly.
And it's a
Yeah.
good mix of comedy as well as like scary, kind of, because you're like, shit.
Yeah. Hopefully, Marvel takes
Dude,
our
if
advice.
they do,
If
we
you're
gotta-
watching,
Yeah, I
Or
want my
listening.
royalties, please.
yeah,
I'll take 0.5%. I feel like that's a good amount.
yeah,
Right. But yeah, basically, Loki season 2, insanely good.
Yeah.
Ouroboros, top tier character. Loki is the biggest hero of the entire MCU.
Great send off to the character too. If that's the last time we see Loki,
I don't think it will be.
I think it's the
Yeah,
last
if you have
time
a
we'll see
feeling-
him in an important role, like maybe a cameo or something. But
yeah. I mean, he'll probably come back for Secret Wars in some way.
I don't see how he could be, unless it's a different Loki, because he could just literally
But
control everything.
couldn't
Well,
this one
Secret
Loki send
Wars-
another Loki?
Technically, yeah. But Secret Wars, the multiverse gets destroyed in Secret Wars. So
Oh god, that
Loki
sounds
would-
complicated.
would
Like
be stripped of his power.
how does existence even?
So
that
just
sounds too
realities
much.
just merge and
Yeah, like
superheroes
the-
just are like, you know, like
Actually, yes, that's exactly what happens.
It's like incursions
yeah,
from.
I'm just they just copied the Flash.
Well, we
well,
don't know who
Marvel
did
did it first, actually.
Probably.
They just
Yeah.
didn't do it in cinema. But basically, Secret Wars, what happens is Doom gets like, he becomes more powerful than any other being like in existence, and he would be more powerful than Loki too. And he basically destroys all the other universes and takes bits and pieces of all of them and forms his own like world and like existence. And it's called Battle World, and that's where all the heroes end up and everybody. And that's where you get all the cameos and everything. It's like a Void type
It's
of
like
thing.
what Angstrom Levy
Except-
wants to do.
Kind of, yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
like a terrible place to live.
Remember that? He's like,
Oh,
I
it's
took
ruled
all
by
of
Doom.
my.
He becomes God Emperor Doom.
He's like, I took every angstrom from every reality to get the good from all of them and combined them into one perfect world.
Well, Doom doesn't do that. He just kills everyone.
Oh,
Why would you want to be a ruler of no one?
Well, he's a
Fun.
ruler of everything.
But like, if everyone's dead, what's the point?
Well,
Maybe
no,
it's
there's
fun.
still people that exist and live on the in Battle World.
Oh,
Yeah, but he becomes God Emperor Doom, which is probably what they're gonna do.
that's crazy.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, check it out. Watch it.
What would you
It's good.
give Loki season 2, like out of 10?
like a 7.5.
I think when I saw
What?
it,
I think an
I told
8.
you guys I gave it like an 8.
Yeah, I think an 8
Yeah.
for a TV show. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, an 8. I think it's really good. Yeah, an 8 definitely.
Yeah, me too.
And I could understand 9.
Yeah, I could too. But all right, I think that's pretty much it for this episode then.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
See ya.
Keep it salty.